Hi everyone, I will be presenting a presentation on the topic effect of weather and climate change affecting the Pacific state countries and the globe as a whole. But before we look at the effect of weather and climate change affecting the globe, first of all, we will look at what weather and climate is. What is weather? Weather is the state or condition of the variables of the atmosphere at any given location for a short period of time. What is climate? Climate is different from weather. Weather is the atmospheric condition of a location at that time. Climate is the average year-by-year conditions of temperature, precipitation, winds, and clouds of an entire area or region on Earth. What then is climate change? Climate change changes in the Earth's weather, especially due to the increase in the temperature of the Earth's atmosphere that is caused in part by the increase of carbon dioxide. For example, glaciers are melting because of climate change. This has led to a rising global sea level. The causes of climate change. Greenhouse effect. As greenhouse gas emissions blanket the Earth, they trap the sun's heat. This leads to global warming and climate change. The world is now warming faster than at any point in recorded history. Another cause of climate change is manufacturing goods. Manufacturing and industry produce emissions, mostly from burning fossil fuels to produce energy for making things. Use of transportation. Most cars, lorries, ships, and planes run on fossil fuels that makes transportation a major contributor of greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide emission. Road vehicles account for the largest part, but emissions from ships and planes continue to grow. Another cause of climate change is cutting down of trees. Cutting down forests to create farms or pastures or for other reasons causes emissions. Since trees, when they are cut, release the carbon they have been storing. Since forests absorb carbon dioxide, destroying them also limits nature's ability to keep emissions out of the atmosphere. Generating power. Generating electricity and heat by burning fossil fuels such as coal, oils, and natural gases causes a large chunk of global emissions. Most electricity is produced from fossil fuels. Only a quarter comes from wind, solar, and other renewable sources. Another cause of climate change is producing food. Producing food requires energy to run farm equipment or fishing boats, usually with fossil fuels. Growing crops can also cause emissions, like when using fertilizers and manure, cattle produce methane or powerful greenhouse gas. And emission also come from packaging and distributing food. Powering buildings. Globally, residential and commercial buildings consume over half of all electricity as they continue to draw on coal, oil, and natural gas for heating and cooling. They emit significant quantities of greenhouse gas emissions. And the next causes of climate change is consuming too much. Your home and use of power, how you move around, what you eat, and how much you throw away all contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. So does the consumption of goods such as clothing, electronics, and plastics. But what exactly causes climate change? The evidence is clear. The main cause of climate change is burning fossil fuels, such as oil, gas, and coal. When burnt fossil fuels release carbon dioxide into the air, causing the planet to heat up. What are the effects of climate change? Sea level rise is one of the effects of climate change. The sea level rise causes houses to be in the water, whereas before they are on the land. Islands are disappearing. The next effect is most worst droughts. Gardens are not growing properly because of not enough water. Economic losses. Country is experiencing economic losses because of natural disasters or weather damage, which are costly and also causing hindrances for tourists to enter the country, and so hotels are empty. This contributes to economic losses. The next effect of climate change is rising temperature. Rising temperature is also the effect of climate change because of greenhouse gas emissions. More heat related illness. Because of more heat, people are getting sick. This is also the effect of climate change. Another effect of climate change is more worst and severe storms. Because of weather patterns, we are experiencing worst and severe storms, causing or destroys villages, homes, towns, and cities. Increase of contaminated and waterborne disease is also the effect of climate change. Severe wildfires is also the cause of climate change, effect of climate change because of the heat, and it causes damage to natural environment and puts human beings at risk and the other forms of life on earth. The next effect is the animals and plant extinction. Some animals, plants, insects, and birds are facing extinction due to cause of climate change. So what impact does the world face because of climate change? People are displaced or they become homeless. Maybe because their homes, villages are destroyed by drought, earthquake, flood, or storms. Poverty. Being poor to obtain food, clothing, shelter, and medicines because of the effect and causes of climate change. Hunger is also what the globe is facing because of climate change. People are hungry, no food because of climate change, and this keeps nutritious food out of reach to millions of families around the world. Malnutrition, a serious condition when your diet does not contain the right amount of nutrients. Because of that, diseases are increasing or increased risk of diseases. And because of all these things that happen in the world due to the causes and effect of climate change, the world is facing food shortage, food and water shortage, or global food and water shortage. So to conclude, these are the effects of weather and climate change affecting the Pacific State countries and global as a whole. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening.